host Efren, and to my immediate right is Zach, and to the center of the show is Chetta, and to his right is Tigo. Welcome, guys.
Yeah,
How's it going?
yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
going great after Sunday.
Right. So obviously you're gonna see two kids that woke up on Christmas morning because they're so giddy because they actually got a present on Sunday afternoon. But we'll get to that in a minute. First things first, though, the Mets just actually beat the Philadelphia Phillies in Game Three of the Best of Five series in the NLDS. Mets are up 2 games to 1. Um, Manaya goes 7 innings, or actually a little over 7 innings because he started the eighth and then they take him out. But he goes seven plus innings, 2 walks. I believe he either had 5 or 6 Ks, but he actually did the job. They were able to shut down the Phillies. Probably actually one of the highest offensive team this year. I believe they average over 5 runs a game. I think it was either second or third in the majors. But we're up 2 games to 1. We need one more and winner faces the winner of the Padres and Dodgers. Zach, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty eager for tomorrow evening. I'll tell you
There's
that.
I think it's Thursday the
it's
game.
Thursday.
Oh, it's actually Thursday. They got the day off tomorrow.
It's a day and a day.
Yeah,
No, they
A
play
because
day on,
tomorrow.
day off.
They
Yeah,
play
no, they
tomorrow.
played them because yesterday was their
Tomorrow.
day off.
They play tomorrow because they're still in city. But when they go, if the
They're
Phillies
still in the
win,
city.
then they
Okay,
get the day
okay,
off.
okay.
Right, they get the day off and travel back to Philly. So
My thing about the Mets is I think we have to take the next game because I think Game 5 they'll have Zach Wheeler. I don't know if they're gonna go the 3-day rest route and play Wheeler Game 4. So that's kind of the only thing I'm really have an eye out for because we're pitching Quintana next game, so we'll see what the Phillies do and who they want to start. But I think we really have to win next game because the way Zach Wheeler pitched against us in Game 1, not feeling too good.
no, I can't see Game 5. I mean, even if it's Game 5 on 3 days, right, Zach Wheeler's gonna pitch. It's either all or nothing. Because if you lose, you're going
No,
home.
I'm talking about Game 4. Are they gonna put him on 3 days rest for Game 4? Or are they gonna just keep a regular for Game 5? That's why I'm like, I don't know. Knowing with this loss, that's why I feel like they might try and push through, but they
I don't
haven't
think
said
they'll
yet.
do it. I don't think they're gonna do it. He went 7 innings. I don't think he went 100 pitches, but I don't see them doing it. He may come out if it's close enough, but I just don't see it happening though. But the guy that's actually coming to on his own is Mark Vientos right now. What is it? 2 home runs. So he actually his first 5 postseason game, he's got 7 RBIs already at third at the age of 22, hitting almost at a 400 clip. 2 homers as well in this series. So if they close it out tomorrow, I think they might just hand him the MVP.
but
So
but ain't Philly a tough team to beat though? I
they're a
mean,
tough team to beat, but I mean,
They have a
suppose
tough bat. They have a tough
they
lineup.
yeah, they
they
have
ended up
their
with the
lineup.
best. I believe they ended up with the best record in baseball. So, but at the end, but people forget though, the Mets are the hottest team coming into postseason since June 1st. So
Okay,
basically, take out April and May, the first 2 months. Since then, the Mets have the best record in baseball since May 1st. So, you know, they may have 195 wins, but right now we're riding the momentum right now. So
gotcha.
I'll take that any day of the week. With the other series though, the Tigers and the Guardians are tied 1-1. They'll be playing tomorrow. Right now, the Padres and the Dodgers are actually well, they'll be starting shortly a little bit probably in about 10-15 minutes. They're tied 1-1. And of course, you guys are pretty sad because the Royals and the Yankees are tied 1-1, which,
Right.
by the way, this is the first time in either ALDS or NLDS in baseball history that all 4 series are tied 1-1. That's never happened before.
Right.
Yeah, that's the first time it's ever happened. What are your chances with the Yankees and the
Yeah, how
Royals?
y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
We feeling. I feel good for the Yankees. Listen, we were serious bound. We were serious bound. So I ain't too worried about my Yankee.
I'm more realistic. I'm concerned. Aaron Judge is not hitting again in the playoffs.
Not worried.
He has a 207 batting average career in the playoffs. He also has a strikeout percentage of 38% or something like that, highest out of any player that has ever has over 100 plate appearances in the playoffs.
Tigo, you
Also,
worried?
Not worried at all.
I think also I
Not worried
think
at all.
if the Yankees continue to struggle, they never are a team that can build hits. Um, if they continue that and not getting a long ball, I still don't. I think the Yankees have one home run, and I think it's from Jazz Chisholm. They're having errors on the field. Um, I think if the Yankees lose tomorrow at 7:30 or whatever, I think it's 9 o'clock or 7:30. I think the series is over in four.
Damn it, man.
I also don't think Garrett Cole can pitch in the playoffs either. I think
You've
he's
known
washed.
that.
Yeah, I think he's washed up too. But yeah, I'm not worried though.
He's
That's the Yankees.
Just gotta scrape two
How
wins.
much? How much? Championship you got?
Oh my god.
How much you got?
27.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Snap.
We'll be waiting for
Oh
we'll be waiting
man.
for 28.
I'm just making sure. We good. We good. We ain't
Oh
too
man.
worried.
Well, but that being said, by the way, those two games in the ALC is Tigers against the Guardians and the Yankees at Royals. That'll be tomorrow. Guardians at 3 and the Yankees at 7.
I'll be watching that game.
Exactly. Um, so that's what we're going on. And by the way, just one more time, let's go Mets.
Let's go
Exactly.
Yankees.
We
Let's
gotta
go
go there, bro. We
Yankees.
gotta go there. We gotta go there. But here's so the biggest news of the day, which I think it definitely caught the country and maybe many others outside of the country, the firing of Robert Salah after 5 games, 2-3,
All right.
and so, hey, okay, listen. You want to speak up, T? Go right ahead. It's all yours.
I'm
'Cause your
just gonna
son's got
say
something
this.
to say, I think.
Just did did that? Is it just me or anybody else seen it coming? You
I've
seen
seen it
all right.
coming.
You seen
I've seen
from
it
that.
coming.
You seen from that clip when he was trying to hug Rogers from making that touchdown, and Rogers kind of pushed him off like and cut
Yeah,
his
yeah,
and
yeah.
rolled
We
his
see your hand. We
eyes
see
at
your
him.
hand. We see your hand, Tigo. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
you seen it, right? Y'all all seen it, right?
Yeah.
So
We
I
like the
seen it come.
demonstration.
I seen it coming. I mean, Rogers is the
That
man in
was
New York right
weird.
now.
No, actually, you brought up a good point. That is actually pretty weird because when I saw it, I was like, bro, like, why'd you just push up your coach? Like,
Right. And then he looked at him with a nasty look like, yo, like get away from me. Like, like what
The
I'm saying? So
I think someone like read his lips and they said something like, the game's not over.
yeah,
right,
So he was trying not to celebrate too quickly, but I still feel like he
It's
probably
weird.
shouldn't have tried to like show his coach up in a
right,
way,
right,
you
It's
right.
know.
it's
you
it's
just
definitely
scored. I
weird.
But
mean,
I kind of get both. It was just an awkward exchange. I'm not too surprised it
That's on
happened, but I'm
that's
surprised.
yeah,
I'm surprised it still happened so early, considering there's still only a game out of first place.
that's what I mean.
right.
That's what kind of surprises me, because I do think that their expectations this year were like he needs to make the playoffs, you
Right.
know. So obviously if you don't make it or you really put yourself out of like making the playoffs like later down in the season, but like 5 games in and knowing that you're only a game out and now you want to fire him, that's
But
kind of
that just show you the power Rogers got. So if Rogers don't like
Well,
you,
some people, well, they're saying, I mean, I know that Woody Johnson
Well,
came out, the owner
and
of the
say it
Jets,
was it was his
right,
choice and
I got
right.
something
whatever.
too. I got something
But
to add on
But
that
when
answer.
he
we
was,
all know that.
I mean, it's just hard because again, you're coming into Monday night against Buffalo in the division. You're literally all 4 teams are literally, I believe, 1 game away. I don't know about the Patriots, but I believe all of them are 1 game away from first place. I'm not really understanding what the move was. I can see if they were 1-3, or I mean, I'm sorry, 0-4, or 1-4, or 0-5. Okay, maybe I get it, but you're only 1 game away from potentially just being in first place and controlling your own destiny in the division from the onset. I didn't understand it.
Patriots are only 2 games out, so they're
Okay,
So
so 2 games. So I mean,
it
I just don't even understand the move. I don't think too many people did, but
uh I think it was between him uh, Nathaniel.
Well, remember,
Because I feel like Nathaniel Robert Sala was about to fire Nathaniel's whatever his last name is. I don't really care for his last name. Um, but it's the yeah they wanted to fire the offensive coordinator. Robert Sala wanted to, but that was what he was leaning towards, I believe.
I didn't hear anything about the offensive coordinator getting fired by Robert Salah. I
No,
didn't
he
hear
was
any of
about
that.
to. He was
It's,
he was leaning towards firing him, but I also think Salah lost the locker room, and I think Salah's probably one of the worst head coaches in the league. I
well,
I think that
y-
roster.
Why would you say
I
that though?
also
Why
I
would you
also
say that?
think I also think Aaron Rodgers is a fraud, and I think Aaron Rodgers is a bum. Um,
listen,
the
listen.
way Aaron Rodgers has played this year, let's be honest here, all right? The way Aaron Rodgers has played this year has been horrendous. He's
Yeah, but
missing
that's not the
passes.
coach's fault. That's
That,
that's
but
that's
who
on
takes the
Rogers'
brunt?
fault. That
Who
has
takes
nothing
the
to do.
brunt of that? Who takes the brunt of that? The head coach.
Yeah, but in this situation, they brought in the offensive coordinator who was the offensive coordinator at Green Bay solely for Aaron Rodgers. They did it
Yeah.
for his
So
comfort. That had nothing to do with the head coach,
so
though. That's what
Aaron
I'm
Rodgers
saying,
is
I mean,
failing both of them.
and nothing to do with the head coach.
Like go back to what I said. That shows you
They're
the
struggling.
power that Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers has. And if you
First,
don't like the coach, they're gonna get rid of him because he's not meshing
and
with
yeah,
the star player.
him and Robert Salah did not have a good relationship at all,
Right.
as well as reported. It
Right.
is
So
reported.
well, I mean, as far as I know, I mean the Jets have gone 7-10 the previous 2 years with no quarterback, and right now they're 2-3 and one game out of first
First
place.
place.
When you say horrible head coach, I can't agree with that, considering that he had one of the best defenses. And then I see a stat, I don't know how true it is, but it says that this year and last year, through the first 5 games, they've scored exactly 98 points. That's with Zach Wilson and now Aaron Rodgers.
I believe the same amount of touchdowns as well, or
Yeah, all I
something.
know is it's the same amount of points, but
But
and
last
but
year,
hold on, but now
yeah.
Salah says if there's actual talks of getting rid of the offensive coordinator, I think that is a great decision by him. If your offense hasn't improved at all with Aaron Rodgers,
right.
you would think then, okay, bring in another offensive
Right.
coordinator who can put them in better situations.
Exactly.
So I
This is
can't
why
agree with I can't agree he's a horrible coach, but
He-
considering that
He's-
that Jets team was
This man has no
that
quarterback.
before he came in, they were
He has
two
a
wins.
quarterback,
They were
Aaron
2
Rodgers.
wins. Yeah, and he got 5 games. They were 2 wins and 4 wins, and then back-to-back seasons getting 7 with Zach Wilson as your quarterback. I mean-
I also feel like he miscoached the Zach Wilson and Mike White situation. He miscoached that.
Zach White,
Um,
listen, Zach Wilson is garbage.
I'm not
Listen,
talking
even
about
God
that.
himself,
I'm
I don't
talking
even
about
think
that.
can help this man.
I'm
That's
not
how much of
talking
a
about that.
listen. I don't
Hold
mean
on,
to be
hold
sound
on.
blasphemy, but
Hold
that
on.
was the biggest thing he probably listen, bro. This dude's not a quarterback. They was not a quarterback. You cannot say that he mismanaged a garbage quarterback, man. You just can't. No.
And
I
and
know
wasn't
that's
If you're a
blasphemy.
head-
when
if
you
I
you're
say
a
it.
head
No.
coach, you got to manage the situation that you
I
have.
could be
At
wrong,
the end
but
of the day,
wasn't
he had Zach Wilson and Mike White, and he mismanaged the
and I
situation.
and I
I'm
could be
benching
wrong.
Zach Wilson, putting Mike White in. Oh no! 2 games later, I'm taking Mike White out, putting Zach Wilson back in. Just like it's just mismanaged.
I mean,
Like
but if you're not winning games with those quarterbacks, you got to do
Right.
something.
You got
I
to
mean,
do something.
Right.
different.
they're not. They didn't show any flash of potential. Like
They
Zach
still
Wilson
haven't
he'd have a game or two here, and then he'd just go on a stretch where he just couldn't do anything.
Listen,
And they still went 7 wins. And
you-
now you
you-
add Aaron Rodgers to this, and yeah, you have a rough start,
Listen.
but you're still 1 game out. I
Listen.
don't think that is deserving of being fired.
Here's the thing. Same coordinator for the past 2 years, same statistics as last year with Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. That's not even up for debate. That's why I'm trying to understand how you can blame Robert Salah. Here's the thing. 2 games ago, Aaron Rodgers threw it 54 times. That is asinine. No offensive coordinator should allow a 40-year-old to throw the ball 54 times. What that's telling me is you're not running the ball. You have
Right.
given up on the run. The defense has kept this team in. I believe they may have been a blowout. I believe I'm not really so sure, but for the most part, this defense has done its job. There have been some instances where they've given up big plays and all that. I'll give
Defense
you
isn't the
that.
issue.
But this is but you can't really say that Robert Salah is the one to be blamed when he's had the same offensive coordinator with different quarterbacks running the same play, same statistics. So of course Robert Salah is gonna consider, you know what, I think I might have to fire this
And
guy.
Aaron Rodgers was the one that threw 3 interceptions and an
Like I
interception on
said,
the very
Aaron
last
Rodgers is
drive.
playing like a bum. He's been
Yeah.
playing
Right.
horrible.
So it's not Robert Salah doing anything. The
It's
dude actually built a defense. He built a
where
defense from
I got a
scratch.
question here. Where was Nathaniel Hackett from? I know he was a head coach.
Green Bay. That's why they brought him
No,
in. He
he
was
took a head coach job before he went to
for
Kansas.
Denver for one
Yeah,
year with
yeah,
Russell
and he was
Wilson, and we all know
trash,
how
right?
that panned
And he was
out. He
trash, right?
sucks.
So
He sucks as a head coach.
You're bringing a trash head coach that was also running the offense in Denver. Couldn't run.
And that
the
wasn't Robert Salah. That was Woody Johnson, the owner.
but he
Listen,
was
and the
he
GM.
was with the
And-
offensive coordinator with the Packers, and they had
Can
Success.
Can
Success.
we just come to an agreement here that Aaron Rodgers still just doesn't have it?
No, I think the thing is that it's still early in the season, and you can't just blow your
is.
team up because you're only
I
one
mean,
game out.
I have
That's
an
where I'm
idea. How
standing.
about
on
he
it.
shows up to mandatory minicamp? How about he gets reps in with the receivers? How about
Because
How about? But nah, it's his ego. I'm an old
Yeah.
player. I'm my ego. My ego. Aaron Rodgers has been
Is what it
playing like a
is.
bum. He needs to get held to a standard that he is held to. That he thinks he is. He's a bad man.
I mean,
you
I think
know?
people are talking about obviously this firing is what's being talked about right now, but I think that Aaron Rodgers' poor play has kind of been talked about because he hasn't done anything. Like nobody said anything good about him. I think that that's obvious, but I think that gets now overlooked because of this firing.
So now I got another question. Say the Jets this week. They play this. I think they play this week. It's not a bye week, right? Right for the Jets.
I don't
No,
know.
they
I
play,
was gonna wait until we talk about the pick'ems.
Oh, I was just gonna say because if they poop the bed again and don't score a touchdown or more than 2 touchdowns, I think there should be other questions as well. That's all
Well,
I'm
at the
saying.
end of the day,
Their
I
roster's
think
too good to be.
Robert Salah got
he
blamed.
didn't deserve. He
He
didn't
didn't
deserve it.
deserve it. He got blamed for Aaron Rodgers' poor playing. End the
Yep.
story.
Oh,
For his
Aaron
poor
Rodgers
play.
set him up.
I don't know about
But
that.
I think we
like
should. I think
Yeah.
we've spent enough on this team.
Yeah.
Let's just go
The-
to the Ravens and Bengals.
Yeah, the Ravens and Bengals, man, that's crazy. That one was a
that was
back
a
and
great
forth.
game. That was a
That
great
was a
game,
great
man.
game where Ravens ended up winning 41-38. Lamar Jackson
Bless
went
you.
off.
Bless you.
Derek Henry
Thank
went
you.
off. Derek Henry did his part. 15 carries, 92 yards.
So, what about
Um,
that last play he did? What? Oh my God! You the whole game you stopped this man, and then at the end of the game you made him run the ball on you like that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like they had stopped them, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna hand off the ball. That is their number one thing, and
That
all they
is true.
needed
That
at
is
the
true.
time, and the only thing they needed was a
Then it was
field
a
goal
field
in
goal.
overtime.
Yeah.
But Joe Burrows went off though, 30 for
He-
39, 392 yards, and 5 thrown touchdowns. And I sat him down in my fantasy league.
I seen that. I seen
Man, oh man, that was hurtful. I have been making some horrific decision making this year that I mean,
that. You didn't win the game yet.
I might end up joining the unemployment line with Robert Salah. Seriously, man. I mean, that's how horrific it's been, man.
Yeah.
You'll be getting that I suck at fantasy, please.
Oh man, but I again, for some reason, even though the Bengals at 1-4, why is it that I can't count them out yet?
You
I don't
can
know why.
because of the quarterback.
I'm counting them out.
I mean,
When you have a good quarterback, you can't really count out a team.
You just need the defense to just do a little bit more. You don't
Right.
need them to do a lot. You just need them to do them a little bit more. And if you could do that little bit on defense, maybe instead of allowing 41 points, allow maybe 30 or less.
aside from the Patriots game, I mean, you have the refs, versus the Chief, with the Chiefs. You have given up 38 points to the Commanders. You beat the Panthers, and then you give up 41 to the Ravens. I seen a
Right.
stat that Burrow has more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes. He's got 12 to touchdowns to Mahomes is 6, and he's got 2 interceptions to Mahomes.
And
I
what's
believe 6 as well.
and you know the answer. You should know the answer to this. What's the difference?
Is the defense.
There you go.
So
That's it.
it,
That's so really Joe Burrow's done everything he can. It's just their defense just need to step up, and they haven't been able to do it right now. But I still can't count out the Bengals. If they lose one more time, I next week
yeah,
I can count them
they
out.
gotta win like 7 in a row or
Yeah.
something. Like that's what it's gonna take.
So
You know who
We'll
surprised
see.
me though?
We'll see what they do.
Who?
The Browns. Like
Not me.
That's
just
actually the
Not me.
next game we were gonna get into.
Yeah,
So I guess we can just
wow.
go right
yeah.
into it.
No, but go right ahead, T. What surprised you about that, T?
Like for first of all, that defense, what you thought was gonna be dominating, is they're not playing like how they was playing last year. And then on top of that, what is Watson doing? You give this man all this money for what? To look good? I mean, to
He can't get his massages anymore, T.
I,
he
Oh
can't.
my god.
so
No.
so I was actually talking to my dad about this, and one of the questions is, is it time to put Jameis Winston out there?
Oh, 100%.
You
Yes,
know,
yes,
and then
yes.
actually
They're not even letting you talk.
actually going off on the defense. I mean, aside from the Commanders putting up 34, I mean, they only gave up 20 to the Raiders and a loss, 21
Right.
to the Giants and a loss, and then they beat the Jaguars, but and they only gave up 13. So 3 out of their 5 games, their defense has been there, but it's just been a lack of offense. I think a lot of that has to be on Deshaun Watson when you just look at it.
Well,
Yeah.
Deshaun
Listen,
Watson had
Deshaun.
he
Sorry.
went 15. Listen, Deshaun Watson went 15 for 28 for 125 yards. He only had one interception and was sacked 7 times. He's just
He's holding the ball too long.
Can I add
that,
to
but
your
it's
stats for
he's
Deshaun
just not
Watson?
the same since like he was in Houston. He's just listen that 2 year layoff. I mean, and then the off the field issues too. I, listen, I think
Is
it's
that
time to bring in Winston.
is
I
that
just think it
guaranteed
is.
money? That's what it
So
is.
And
I
that's
gotta.
why they're stuck because for the next 2 years they're gonna owe him, I believe, over 42 or 44 million dollars for the
Yep.
next
I'm
2
gonna.
years.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna add to what you said about Deshaun Watson's stats. He had an 8.9 QBR rating against Washington. That's the second time this year he had a QBR rating in the single digits this year. You know who has a higher QBR rating than Deshaun Watson through the
I
first
think I
5
know.
games of the season?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Zach Wilson.
All right. The next question on this game is Jalen Daniels
Wow.
the MVP frontrunner?
Yes.
No.
And then so no, I guess
So who do you
who do you
have?
have?
Who do I have?
I
Well,
mean,
you
I
said
feel
no.
like he is.
I do too.
I think he is. Yeah. He's
They're
I,
four and
dominant.
one right
I want to
now.
know who you think. Then
1 second.
make a case.
That caught me off guard here. I didn't know.
I mean, neighbors
Well,
is
you're the one
doing
that
his
said
thing
no right
too,
away.
but
Actually, I retained my statement. I believe he is.
Okay.
I just looked at
What a
stats.
shocker!
neighbors is doing good too. But like I said, it's
Listen,
this kid is balling right now. He's
listen
balling.
right now. Look, before entering yesterday on Sunday's game, he was leading the NFL in completion and in percentage completion at 82.5%.
Right.
Obviously, second is Geno Smith. So you've got two guys that are throwing over 75% right now. And me personally, I'm gonna he's my front runner for MVP.
I think.
Wait.
Uh,
Let me ask this question before you say
go
anything.
ahead.
Is he? Would he be the first MVP rookie?
I don't believe so.
I think in the NFL,
I
yes,
mean, I
Yes.
would have
Right.
to say yeah.
because I
mean,
know
that's
it's happened in the MLB.
Another thing I
Yeah.
wanted to add is did it, the Commanders basically had the same roster last year. Honestly, besides,
Well,
they
Their
actually
defense
retracted.
was good.
They actually retracted
yeah,
people on their defense.
aside
Yeah.
from trading
Yeah,
those defenders, yeah, it's
defensive
basically
line.
the same.
Just
that.
so he's doing what other QBs that they tried to do it with,
Yeah.
like say Howell. uh, I think I don't know. I think making everybody play better in the offense wise for the Commanders. So
Yeah, I
I think without him, the Commanders are probably not winning these games.
I think it's also just I don't know a lack of like consistency from quarterbacks. Like I don't
Mm.
know, there isn't really a quarterback that's like put up these really good. Like obviously the Chiefs are undefeated, but Mahomes isn't playing all that
Mahomes has
well.
been looking horrible.
And I think the big thing with Jalen Daniels is that they're 4-1, and nobody picked them to win the division. If they
Yeah,
win the division, I don't see how you can't give it to him
yeah,
because
Right.
it was like the Commanders and the Giants were like battle of last place. But here you are, Washington at 4-1, and you're first in your division. I mean, if he keeps his play up and they pull out, the division, I don't see how you can't give it to him. So
I mean, the other game we were watching on actually was the Bills at Houston, and I don't think I've seen Josh Allen play the way he did, going 9 for 30 for only 131 yards. That was just a defensive battle, and C.J. Stroud, right now he actually didn't do too bad himself, though, going 28 for 38 for 331
I
yards.
want to quickly say before I forget, Keith was right. The Texans made Superman look like Clark Kent. Just want to say
He said it too. He
he
said the
said
Texans
it.
is gonna
He was
make
right.
Josh
Nobody's
Allen.
watching.
Wow, he called it too. I don't know if that was more of a prediction versus more of a hateful statement towards Josh Allen.
It was probably a little bit, yeah. So it's because it's the Bills. Did anybody see that meme of like Stephon Diggs side eyeing Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Nah, no, I
That
haven't
was
seen it
that
yet.
was crazy.
Oh
He looked
man.
like a I don't know, just like a little kid looking at Josh Allen just continued
Oh
walking like
man.
didn't even like they didn't even like high five or whatever, and Stephon Diggs is just side eyeing him as he walks by. I'm like, bro,
Oh man. I mean, just the receiving yardage alone. I mean, he had 82 yards.
yeah, they get more than the Bills receiving core combined.
Well, no, the receiving core had 131.
The receiving, not tight end.
Not the oh, you mean I'm
Receiving, like wide receivers.
right, 130. Oh, wide
Yeah,
receivers. Oh,
you can't,
receiving.
yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
that may be
count
true. So yeah, that's a stat that they said that Stephon Diggs had more, out of all the wide receivers, he had more yardage than all the wide receivers combined
for the Bills.
for the Bills
Wow.
in that one game. If he said he made a statement just by doing what he did, because I know that he when he did look at him side eye like a little kid, though, I was dying when I saw that.
I do think I guess CJ Stroud is really the only other quarterback, and maybe
yeah.
Lamar
I would. s-
Jackson in terms of the MVP race, but
Nah, I
I
would
would
say
still give it
C.J.
to Jalen.
Stroud
Though.
or Daniels.
Yeah, I would say those are really the only players up there for that.
All right, guys. You know what? Let's give you your 15 minutes of fame, bro. How about them Giants? How about winning that game over Seattle up in the Pacific
I want to hear
Northwest? Go
your
ahead,
thoughts.
bro.
Let
Relish,
us hear
I
it.
relish.
want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah,
No,
but
no, go
let's
Oh,
ahead.
Go.
if they want
let's
me to go
hear
first,
I
go
want to
If
hear
ahead.
you
your
want me to
thoughts.
go first, I go first. I
Go
got no
first.
problems with that.
Go first.
Um,
You're the host.
until Byron Murphy
Got them one.
until Byron Murphy the second comes back, every team should be running it down our throats. It's just that simple. I'm going to tell you how to beat the Seattle Seahawks. The first three games with our defensive line, nobody could run, and no one could pass. We lose then game week 4, and we lose our entire front defensive line. No one started, all backups. We lost our run stopper. They started running it like they should. Next week, same thing. He's not in the game. They just started running it, and Zachary has said last week, "You all want to beat us? Run the ball," because Byron Murphy the second is not, and he's the reason why we drafted him in the first round this past season. So and here's the thing: we DK Metcalf fumbled the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Geno Smith was sacked 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants ran it down our throats, and we still almost won the game. So the way I look at it is everything has to go wrong for Seattle to lose a game. You know, it can't be just that one thing. Five things has to go wrong with them, and that's the way they end up losing. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due by the Giants. They actually did what they were supposed to do. You run, and they did for 175 yards, and that makes it a lot easier for the play action pass because Daniel Jones had a really good game as well himself. So
Yes, he did.
if they didn't run, they'd be stupid and they would have lost the game. So they actually did what they were supposed to do, like Zachary said last week, and that's what happened. I'm not making any excuse.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
As far as I know, like when Byron Murphy is in, out of the 3 games he's played, 2 of the games we held the team under 100. And
Total.
the only one was to the Patriots, and like they just had a Stevenson just had like a couple big runs at certain points of the game. So it wasn't like it was like consistent like 5-10 yards. Like we were kind of because they were mostly just dumping off little passes. Jacoby Brissett, I think like Hunter had like 11 catches that game, and then since he's been out, I mean we've just been getting absolutely whooped in
We
the
have been
run
getting
game. And
demolished,
I,
bro.
I believe I said it. I was like, I was telling Chetta, I think the Giants have a good chance if they can run the ball, if they stick to it, because we can't run. I mean, you just hand it off. It's like a guaranteed 5 yards, like every single time. That's what they did. They stuck to it, and they earned the win.
And,
I love
and
you.
and we only rushed the ball 11 times. We ran it for 102 yards per carry is over 9 yards.
All right,
And
does
running 11 times. No, it's not like we were behind a lot. I don't know. They just weren't running the ball. You have to run the ball. We only had they had Seattle only had 11 carries. That's unacceptable. You cannot
we
run the ball
dominate the
11
time of possession too.
in the time of possession.
Giants dominate that.
But here's the other thing. Again, they dominated by having the ball 15 minutes more, and yet we were in a position to still tie. We should have been blown out. Like we shouldn't even been talk. We should have lost probably
Well,
like
Oh
that
yeah,
20
that
to
that
10.
that
that
fumble at
that
the
that
goal line
fumble
should have
that
never
we
been a
did at the
fumble.
goal line would have put us
That
up
was over the
by
goal
more
line.
too.
That's what I'm
So
saying. We should have been blown out in this game. So the fact with everything that happened, and we lost the way we did, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not that upset to be honest with you, and I'm not that worried. I'm only gonna worry if Byron Murphy the second doesn't come back. He doesn't come back, it's gonna be a long, dragging season for us. So, and that's the reason. Just keep running.
All
all
So,
I
right.
gotta say is I've been telling people just relax, give my boy DJ some time. He's gonna shine and make y'all see why we drafted and pay him that money. Relax. That's all I gotta say.
you may want to tell that to your boy.
Go
You may want
go
to tell
big
that to your
blue.
giant. You may want to tell that more so to the Giants
Yeah,
fan next
we
to
not
you.
the ones you got to
Go
Hey,
tell.
big
not
blue.
us.
I
Exactly.
know. Go big blue. For all the people out there that was dissing him, because I see it on the memes and I see it on the thing. But tell
But
them
you got
people
there was some funny
relax.
memes.
It
There was
was
some
some
funny.
funny memes. It was some funny memes. But like I said, just relax. Give my boy some chance. If he really goes bad, then we can hang him high and throw him out of New York. But give him a chance. I think he's gonna do something big, yo.
All right, try to speak your mind.
Go ahead, your turn.
I saw pure domination on the offensive line and the defensive line of the Seattle Seahawks the Seattle Seahawks getting dominated. The game should have been out of reach from Seattle because that goal line fumble was not a fumble. Should have been a touchdown. Um
It
Daniel
was, yeah.
Jones. Daniel Jones did play good. Surprised me a little bit. He actually learned how to throw a deep ball. I guess it takes Malik Neighbors not playing for him to be able to hit a
Helps
deep
when we're
ball.
selling out on the run.
Um,
The play action just kills us every time.
hey, he still has to make the throw.
Right, that's
Um,
true.
and I also think it's an issue when Kenneth Walker is your second leading receiver in the game, and DK Metcalf only had 55 yards. Pardon me.
And a
Uh,
fumble.
And a
and a
fumble
fumble.
while we were driving
Yeah, well,
on your side.
got to hold the ball.
So and
Uh,
so
it, I, I, I don't know if I'm a Seahawks fan if I'm taking moral victories off of this game. I think you guys got dominated both sides of the ball, possession wise, total plays. Big plays. Uh, Geno Smith's your leading rusher, which is whatever. No one cares about Geno's rushing abilities. Um,
And
yeah,
yet, and yet,
just
you guys barely beat us
we barely
again.
beat. Hold up, we
You
barely
did. You
beat.
barely beat us.
Yeah,
You
but
did.
you're taking moral victories here. You're taking a moral victory when a goal line fumble which was not a goal
No,
line fumble
I,
that counted as a goal line
I don't,
fumble.
I
That
don't,
was
I don't
that
care about the goal line fumble. You want the touchdown, you
that
can
kept
have the
you in the
touchdown.
game.
That's you're
That
missing
kept
the
you in the
point.
game.
6, 7, 8, 9 different things went wrong for us, and we almost won the game. Is what I'm saying.
What are the
So
nine
yeah,
things
I
that
am
went
gonna
wrong?
take.
What are the nine
I am
things?
gonna take a moral victory on that.
I mean,
Absolutely, I am.
What are
considering
the
the fact
nine
we still
things that
have
went
a,
wrong? Besides,
considering the
don't
fact we
even say
still,
injuries because injuries are happening to everybody. So
no, I think it's the fact that we still have a 1 game lead and we just need Byron Murphy to come back, and because
That's it.
it's not an injury that he's going to be out like half the year. Like
Right. Exactly.
it's like a week to week thing.
That's all it is.
And the fact that we have been getting dominated, like you said, and we barely lost, and we still have a 1 game lead. I mean, our
But
off.
who y'all got this week coming up? San Fran, right?
You
We
got
got
San
San
Fran.
Fran. We got San
So
Fran.
tomorrow, what, Thursday night?
It's
Thursday night
Thursday
football.
night, yeah, and I absolutely that we have to win that game. We need to win
Yeah,
that game to tell.
y'all gotta win
I
that
agree
game.
with you. I'm not even gonna disagree with that. But again, 6, 7, 8, 9 different things went wrong for
what were
us,
they?
and but I just went through it.
Were you not listening?
Were you not listening?
Yeah, I
You
heard
go
injury. I
watch
heard
the show. Watch the
injury. I
show.
heard da 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 da. Injuries can't cover. Can't da da da. You know what I mean? That's what I heard.
You heard us
Okay,
say that we got dominated on the line, both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
right.
You heard us say that you guys dominated the time of possession. Y'all had a fumble, like y'all had another possession where y'all could have
DK
scored but
Metcalf.
fumbled, but and then they also had
We
one
rushed it 11 times.
like
Which was ridiculous. You guys
we
should have
did
rushed more.
Right.
like we did everything
We did everything
to get blown out, and we didn't.
And right, and so the fact that we didn't get blown out and we were still in the game basically says, okay, so we still have a dog in us, we still have a fight in
And
us.
look, I don't know. Maybe you got to go back and watch
But-
the games when Byron Murphy was playing because we were
I know how
like
good Byron Murphy is.
you say you
I
do or you
just-
don't.
I do. I do.
So then you
I
say
just look
you
at-
say you shouldn't talk about injuries,
still have
but
a
when
player.
the guy whose sole purpose we drafted him is to stop the run
That's
is
it,
not
that's his
playing,
job.
that is a huge impact. Why don't you take Dexter Lawrence off of your line and see how that holds up? Does that make any
sure.
sense now?
Let's
Because if
not-
y'all were getting dominated on
hold
the
up.
defensive line and Dexter Lawrence was out,
Right.
if you said we're getting dominated because Dexter Lawrence isn't in the game to stop the run, I'd be like, that absolutely makes sense. I'm not going to hold that against you. Oh, you can't say injuries.
You're
you can't say
supposed to do
injuries.
that.
That's a
backup
huge part of
defensive
your
tackle
defense.
Had 2 sacks.
Huh?
Our backup
What?
defensive tackle had 2 sacks. That plays behind Dexter Lawrence.
Are you not listening to what I just said?
Yes,
I go, your
I am.
defensive tackle's purpose is to stop the
Yes.
run. So if your
Yes.
starting defensive tackle is not in the game, it is obvious that you're going to have trouble stopping the run.
For the
so
past
if you
2
use
games.
that as a
Your
reason as to
linebackers
why you
healthy?
guys are having trouble stopping the run, I wouldn't be like, well, you can't
Are
just
your
say
linebackers
injuries.
healthy?
And we didn't
You're
even,
not even. I'm done talking. You're not even listening.
I'm not even saying, and the thing is
That's one player.
No, you're trolling. You're trolling.
I'm not even saying. I'm not even saying. I'm not even. I'm not even saying that the only reason, again, the fact that we didn't have Byron Murphy the second, and we almost still won, and we didn't get blown out, and 5 or 6 other and several other things happened, possibly unrelated to that Byron Murphy, like the fumble, the passing, which affects it again. Other things had to happen in the game, and we were still in the game. Yes, of course, I'm going to take a moral victory on that.
I
because-
don't really see what your problem is when we're literally saying we're getting absolutely
But
whooped
that-
on the
that-
line.
that was-
We're
that was a-
admitting
that
to
was-
it, and we're
that
just
was-
like, all right, we got to worry about the Niners now. And you seem to have a problem with it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't understand
was
like
just-
where you're
that
coming
was
from.
just a big win for the Giants because it wasn't
I'm
Seattle.
saying,
That was
and I
just a
agree.
big
I
win.
said
that-
it's a big win
it's
for
a
the Giants.
huge
Y'all
win.
earned that win.
Right.
100%. I'm not out here like the Giants suck, bro. They shouldn't have. No, I'm not saying that. I'm being real. Like you always
Last time the
say you
Giants
are.
blew anybody out. The Giants don't blow anybody out.
But I'm saying you should have.
You should have.
Should you
That's
have
what I'm
blown us
saying.
out when
They
you
never
watched
do.
the game?
They never do.
Th-
Answer the question, yes or no.
Should the
Should the
Giants?
Giants have blown the Seahawks out
It
when
should
you
be an
watch the
over a
game and
touchdown
see
game. Yeah,
everything that happened?
yeah, it should be an over a
There should have
touchdown
been
game.
more
Okay,
points
so
scored.
so
Yes.
why
Thank
are you
you. That's
mad
what
when
we're
we say
saying.
that? When I
We're
say
saying it.
it's good on us going forward for the rest of the season that we're getting dominated. Yet the games we're still holding the games close. I don't see why you have a problem with that.
That means that eventually one of those games
And if you
that
do,
is close and we
then guess
squeeze
what?
out a game, then I'm gonna be even more excited about
And
it
if you do have
because
a problem with it, at this point, it's just agree to disagree. That's all I can say.
I'm not really sure.
You
I
guys,
don't
you
know. Maybe
But
we
guys,
could talk more
you
because
guys
you don't
need the
understand what I'm
you guys
saying.
need the win against San Fran anyway. So
Yeah, I definitely need to win
you,
against
you
San
need to win
Fran.
that game.
I agree. I agree. We have to. I'm hoping that he comes. I don't think he's gonna come back on a short week. So
We have a
they
lot
don't.
of games we need to win, just like you
Yeah,
guys. So
yeah.
Yep, that
So
is true. That is
it's
true.
still like I said.
it's a long season
It's
still.
3-2. You know. So I'm not worried. We just gotta hang in there. That's all. Well, the last one, which I think I was the only one last week to call, Dallas over the Steelers. I think every one of you actually selected the Steelers.
I don't
Of
think no one
course,
would pick
I
the
would never
Cowboys.
pick
I
Dallas.
would never pick
You,
the
I
Well,
Cowboys.
I
would never
mean,
pick Dallas.
well, then that means you're gonna have a lot of losses in your pick 'em. So,
Nope, sure not.
well,
It is what
you
it
did get
is.
this one because I
It's
was the
what it
only one to get
is.
the Steelers,
Listen,
the
team, I'm
Cowboys over
with
the
you, man. It
Steelers.
is what it is.
So, and so I just want to throw out there, but the biggest upset obviously was, I think the Cardinals beating the 49ers.
Yes,
I don't think
yeah,
anyone saw that coming, and I know I
I
didn't
didn't.
either.
I didn't
So
either.
I know that they're not. I don't think they're doing as well offensively. Ayuk was this is the first game he actually had over 100 yards this game. So again, the that is the one game that everybody was surprised. I think I'm not happy that they're not throwing the ball to Harrison Jr. I'm not really sure why. I think he only had like what 3 receptions. I think last
He's
game.
getting bracketed.
So
He's like
listen.
getting bracketed.
He got 2 receptions. 2 receptions is just not gonna cut it. You got to figure something out. I mean, it wasn't like the most great performance by the Cardinals. It was just kind of average. But the 49ers themselves, Brock Purdy actually threw 2 picks. So that's what cost the game was actually the turnovers. So, but ended up being 24-3. I'm
You know,
happy that the Cardinals won. Makes it a lot
Did
easier.
did
They're
you
did
know
two
did
what's
and three.
crazy though?
did anybody see? Did anybody see 49ers going 2-3? Starting out like that.
No,
How they starting out?
no, but
Nope.
you know what is crazy though? Brock Purdy has a QBR of a 66, and that's seventh in the league. Like that's the
Mm.
seventh highest in the league.
Yeah,
He's
it's
a 66. That's crazy.
I mean,
That's
I'm
crazy.
just listen. I'm just happy that the 49ers are actually 2-3. I really don't. I don't really think about
Don't get
Brock
me wrong. I
Purdy.
don't want San Fran
I'll
to
be
win any
honest with
games.
you, bro. I don't look at their stats. That's a fantastic thing, but the 49ers to me is what the Cowboys are to you guys.
No, I'm saying Brock Purdy's
I
playing.
know.
I feel like Brock Purdy's been playing horrible.
I mean, he did go 19 for 35, 244 yards,
I
one
mean,
touchdown, 2 picks.
he's had
But
good games though. Like
you know,
yeah,
he hasn't played the
he's
worst.
been like he's had bad games and he's had good games. I mean, it's not like he's just been absolute stinker the whole season. Like he's had his moments this year. Like
Uh,
I think like his good games have been like really good
he's
games.
better than Watson
something.
right now.
Oh,
Shit.
100%. Anybody's better than Watson. He's
But
so awful. If the cops could arrest him for being awful, they would arrest him. You know what I mean?
I think that might still happen, but I don't know. So
Yo, Cleveland,
sorry, that one was too easy, bro. That one was too easy, man.
Cleveland got to figure something out, man. They got to get a male massage person or something to get
Oh
him,
my gosh,
get him his
man.
massages back or something. He looks
Just bring in
unmotivated.
Jameis Winston, bro.
I,
We'll be
I
all
haven't
right,
seen
man.
I haven't seen
You
this
got
dude look.
Just bring in the computer thief.
This guy looks so
no
unmotivated to
what
play
thief?
football. It's insane.
Did you just say the?
Wait, the shrimp thief.
You guys remember when he was at Florida State? He stole. No, it wasn't shrimp. he
It
went to a
was
I
supermarket.
thought it was
It was
crab.
it was no, it was I think crab
I,
legs. I think it
Yeah, I thought
was.
it
crab
was
legs.
crab
Oh,
legs.
yeah. In Publix, which is kind
It's
of
a
like a
crab
chain
leg
store in
beef.
Florida. And he saw the seafood beef.
The crab leg beef.
I'm sorry, Mr.
That was before NIL was a thing.
Yeah, that was before NIL.
The
Now
crab
they
legs.
now after NIL, now they don't have to
Hey,
steal it. They can afford it.
at least if he was stealing, that might show that he probably was one of the very few really good players not getting paid during that time.
That
Right.
is
Yeah,
true. That
that's
is
true.
true.
Stealing food.
That is true.
If
That
you
is
gotta steal
true.
your food, that tell you if you gotta steal crab legs, bro.
Listen, listen. If you're gonna go big, you know what I mean.
Right.
Go big, go big. You know. Next thing, just
uh,
a porterhouse or a ribeye. You know,
you went
or a New
king
York
crab
strip.
leg.
Do
You
we
go
want
for
to quickly
Hey, you guys wanna let's go over the this coming weekend's games.
just a quick
If
pick 'em?
we
Wanna
could
do
do a
that?
quick pick if you got a like a little quip thing you want to say about the game or now, or we
Yep.
could just
All
do
right.
that. Go ahead.
Seahawks, 49ers.
This Thursday, yeah. Look, I'm gonna just say it. Obviously, I'm gonna say the Seahawks. I will never say the 49ers. Obviously against the Seahawks anyway. This is a big game, okay? Because even if the 49ers win, it'll be 3-3, Seattle
Yep.
and the 49ers. But because of the head-to-head matchup, right there and then, 49ers will automatically, be the number one team right now in the division. With Seattle's win, they'll be 4-2. They would be 2-4, 2 games ahead, but because of the head-to-head, technically Seattle would be 3 games ahead. So they need. I think they need this game more than the 49ers. And again, we got to figure something out with the run. I'm hoping Byron Murphy the second comes, but I'm taking the Ford. I'm sorry, I'm taking the Seattle.
This is a game I'm going to wait to hear if Byron Murphy is playing or not. Because if I hear that he's going, I'm picking the Seahawks to win. If he's not, I'm going on my pick him with the 49ers to win.
I'm picking Seahawks just because three of my fantasy players is on that team, and I need them to go crazy this game.
Hey, whatever works. There you go. Who you got,
So,
Cheddar?
I'm going San Fran just because what I just seen them do against the Giants.
Jaguars and Bears.
Bears, the Bears.
The Bears.
Oh man, I gotta go to the Bears. Jacksonville, man. Ugh.
Okay.
I just don't know what to say. I really don't. Just
I mean,
don't
they
know.
did get a good win.
Huh?
They did win
They,
last week.
yeah, they did. They did. They did. They
Beat a
did.
solid Colts
You
team.
know,
They did.
I'm a
But
Giants
but I'm
fan.
going the Bears.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan.
I
and,
remember. I have to say the best because remember, I did predict
have
that the
them
Bears were
winning
going to
the
win the
division?
division.
Yeah, they got to win some
Yep.
games for you.
So this is
They
one
got,
of
they
them.
got the Vikings to catch up to. All right,
wait,
Texans
I didn't
and
pick.
Patriots.
What are we doing here?
You said
Texans.
the
You
Bears.
said the
The,
Bears.
the Bears.
No, I
Yes,
didn't.
you
Yeah, you
did.
did.
No, I didn't.
You
I said
did.
I
Yes,
got
you
to
did.
Yeah, I did.
Now you can change your pick.
No, I was gonna say I want the Jaguars to win though, just because I want the Giants to have a higher pick.
Well, who are you picking to win?
Oh, the Bears.
Okay, so you did say the Bears. Texans, Patriots.
Texan.
Texans.
Yeah, Texas. Who am I kidding?
Even without Nico Collins, the Texans are gonna dominate the Patriots.
Patriots suck, yo. I'm
Well,
watching
hey,
them.
listen,
They don't have
Drake,
no
hey,
offense.
Drake,
yo.
listen,
I'm
listen,
gonna
listen,
be
listen,
They don't
honest
have
listen,
here.
no
listen.
offense.
Drake May is getting the start, the draft
Okay.
pick. He's,
Okay.
However, I was just listening to right on ESPN. They said that the New England Patriots literally have the worst offensive line in the
Yeah.
NFL right
Yeah.
now. The worst.
Listen,
You
that
So
game.
people are wondering why start him when they have no receivers.
Listen,
Their ground game is suspect, but they got something, but they got no line and they got no
they
receivers.
they,
So I
they
would just
lost
throw
to
him
the
in.
Dolphin, bro. They lost to the Dolphin.
Yo, bro. You said it like the Patriots should have won, bro. You gonna do avoid
Yeah,
teams like
bro.
that?
I had
They
Patriots to
should've.
win that one, bro. I
That's
had
so
Patriots
funny.
to win that
He said,
game.
Tigo said they're supposed to win that one against the
were.
Dolphins.
Yo, so the only thing I miss about not being in Cape Cod right now, living in Cape Cod, is just trolling nonstop the Patriots fans.
I'm
Just
trolling the
trolling them
Dolphins. Like,
nonstop.
yo, yo,
Oh, the Dolphins are
yo,
trash too.
you know that meme I sent you with Jim Carrey? I wanted to put that up so
Yo,
bad.
you know what they say, Tigo? In order to be a great receiver, to be a really good receiver, Danny, you gotta,
Yo,
Hold on, hold on.
go ahead. I'm sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
Tigo, this is what I'm saying, right? You know what they usually say about really good receivers and how they make bad quarterbacks better and they're
Yeah,
quarterback proof.
yeah.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill is not one of those guys.
No,
Oh
That's all
yo,
I'm
my
saying.
God,
didn't I hear
bro.
something? Didn't I hear something about him getting traded? Like you put up something about him getting
Listen, I
traded.
wouldn't be
No, no,
surprised.
that's
Bro,
about.
why is it the one week Keith in here?
I
Y'all is
know,
going at
boy.
this, like, y'all going
Yeah,
above
Yo,
and beyond
yeah,
what y'all normally
word.
do.
bro,
They've
Put me in
been
the
waiting. They had
put
been
me in
waiting.
put me in the coach game.
look
I'm
at
ready.
what
Put me in the game, coach.
look at
I'm
what Justin
ready.
Jefferson is doing to Sam Darnold right now, making him look like a stud. Like that's a
Yo,
QB proof wide receiver right there. Tyreek Hill's not one of them. So you know who is though? Malik Neighbors, right, Tigo?
Yeah.
Neighbors is a QB proof receiver.
Boy, that
yeah.
boy dirty, bro. He's like, you know what? I've been waiting. Oh my God.
I
Put me
remember
in,
that
coach.
T-shirt. I remember that T-shirt. Yo,
Oh my God. By the way, it's
hold on, wait.
actually.
Malik Neighbors missed this week, and he still has over 200
I
more yards
know, I
receiving.
know, I know.
Wow.
Listen.
Wow.
I
Oh,
could have
man.
swear I seen that he wanted to be traded or something like that.
No, that's I believe no, that's Devontae Adams.
That's Adam.
N-
Yeah.
n-
So just real quick before we continue with the
no, I'm
Devontae
talking
Adams,
about something with Tyreek Hill, man. I seen it.
I
Said
don't know
something
about
about he
Tyreek
wanted to
Hill wanting
be.
to be traded, bro.
He said something about traded.
No,
Damn, I forgot the. He put up a post, man. Look it up, cause I'm
I know what
telling
you're
you,
talking
man.
Uh,
about.
I heard
No,
he wants
it was a
to.
post.
I
It
heard he
It
was a
wants
was
to do
post,
another.
right?
it was him not. It was him unhappy on the sideline or something like that, and like yelling, but not at Mike McDaniel. He was just yelling
uh,
around him.
uh,
Saying something about trading.
what were
I
we
don't
gonna
know
say,
about
Zach?
trading.
I
Real
heard
quick.
that he wants to sign another contract after this one ends. I
All
mean,
right.
I think obviously if Tua doesn't come back or they can't get a quality quarterback, then yeah, I would assume he wants to get out of there.
Oh man.
All
They
right.
want
Wow.
they want Jim Carrey on the field.
Commanders, Ravens.
Command. Oh.
Oh, I'm going
Ooh.
Ravens.
Ooh.
I'm going
Ooh.
Ravens, yo.
I'm
I'm
going
going
Ravens.
Ravens. I'm going Ravens
What are
with
you
that
going with?
one.
I'm going Ravens.
You know what, guys? No, man. Let's go
And
with
their
the.
Ravens are home.
I'm going
Yep,
Commanders.
Oh
I'm
no,
going
I,
Ravens.
I think Jayden Daniels is gonna tell Lamar Jackson, you ain't
I
the only
know.
kid on the new
I
block.
think
I
I'm
this
the
think
is
new
I
kid on
think
the
this is a
block.
game.
I
I
think the
think this is a
Commanders
game
are gonna win.
Ravens punch them in their mouth and let them know
That's
that
how
it's
I feel.
serious.
That's how I feel.
I think Jayden Daniels is gonna come in and he's gonna basically tell Lamar Jackson, you're not the only game in town.
I think this is
No.
gonna be a shootout,
I
and
think
Lamar is still gonna be like, I still got this, and he's gonna pull
Yep,
it.
yep,
I got Commanders.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the best game of the week.
Listen, if
Yeah.
the
yep.
Commanders
I
can
think so
stop the
too.
run, if the
Well,
Commanders can stop the run, the Commanders are winning this game.
I'm taking Commanders.
I'm taking Commanders too.
I'm taking Ravens.
All right, 2-2. Browns, Eagles.
Eagles. Them Browns is washed up unless they let the Crab
Eagles.
King come in. The Crab King is coming in, right?
I don't think he is.
No, he's
Uh,
not.
I'm
He is
pretty sure it's
not.
still Watson. But and that's why I'm gonna go Eagles. But if Jameis Winston somehow
Tigo.
starts, I'm gonna go Browns.
Guys, you have no idea how bad I want the Browns to beat the Eagles just so I can see the Eagles blow up.
yeah,
Like, you
that's
have
true.
no idea.
So who you taking?
I'm taking the Eagles.
Okay. So we
Nah,
But
that's
I'm
I'm willing
real.
to lose that one. I'm willing to
Oh, I
lose
want
that
them to
one.
lose so bad, though, just so I can see the team blow up.
All right,
that's the next one. Zach.
Cardinals, Packers.
Ooh.
Packers, I got
Where
Packers
is it
because I
at?
got.
Packers?
Remember, I
It's
said I
in
got
Green
Packers
Bay.
winning that division. I got Packers winning that division.
I'm gonna go Arizona.
What's that?
Some one of them.
It's not me.
That, that
Mahaley.
oh.
I'm going Arizona.
You know what? I'm taking the Cardinals on this one. I'm going to take the Cardinals.
I'm going with Packers.
I'm going Packers.
Okay, 2-2.
Buccaneers, Saints.
That's a good one.
I'm going Bucks.
Because
There's
Saints,
no Derek Carr.
I'm going Bucks.
I'm going Bucks.
I'm going Bucks.
I just don't trust Derek Carr. Derek Carr has an
He's hurt.
oblique. He's
He's hurt.
hurt. He's probably going
He's
to be out. He has an oblique
yeah,
injury.
he's Derek Carr. So yeah.
All right. Colts Titans. Colts Titans. I'm going
I'm
Colts.
going
I'm going
Colts.
Colts. I'm going Colts.
I like that squad. I like that
Yeah,
squad they got,
I'm
man.
going Colts.
Okay.
Just because of,
Chargers
Joe
Broncos.
I'm going my bro. I'm going with my coach. I'm going my guy.
I'm going
I
Chargers.
gotta take the Broncos.
That is the Chargers for you people that don't know.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm going Chargers as well.
I'm taking the Broncos in this game.
Yeah, I'm
Bo
going,
Nix don't know how to Bo
I'm
Nix
going
don't know how to call
Chargers.
his play. You don't see what's the name telling them that they don't know the plays he's calling.
Sean Payton's just annoying little.
And somehow he's managed to win.
That is true. That is true.
I'm sorry.
I'm sick and
All
tired
right,
of
let's
cheaters.
get through
having
these
more
games.
chances.
Good.
Steelers Raiders.
Steelers.
Steelers.
I am not picking that garbage team. Not doing it. Not doing it.
All right, we've made enough jokes. Let's get through these games.
I'm not doing it. I'm not picking the
No,
Raiders.
we can throw jokes.
I'm done. That's how I'm going to answer that question.
What's
we
the
all
next
pick?
one?
All right.
Steelers,
Lions
Steelers.
Cowboys.
Ooh, I gotta
This
go
is
with
easy.
Lions because I ain't
This is
picking no
easy.
Cowboys, yo.
Lions. I'm taking
I'm
the
not
Lions.
picking no
Lions all
Cowboys.
day.
All right,
Ain't no
Lions.
Cowboys for
Cowgirls.
me.
Falcons
I'm picking
Panthers. I'm going
I'm,
Falcons.
I'm going
I'm going with
Falcons.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Falcons.
Bengals Giants.
Giants all day, baby. Giants all day.
I'm going Bengals.
I'm telling you. I think Joe Burrow
DJ
is
go.
gonna. I think Joe Burrow is gonna have a shootout over
No,
Danny Jones. And that's gonna be the difference. I'm taking the
I,
Bengals.
I think DJ gonna show up and
I'm
show
going
them out again.
Giants. I'm going Giants.
Bills Jets.
Ah,
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm going Bills.
I'm
taking
going
the
Bills.
Jets. I'm taking the
I'm
Jets.
taking Bills, man. Jets are washed. Aaron Rodgers.
And
No,
just-
no.
and-
That Bills quarterback is watched when y'all
And just to
hyped
let you
him up for
guys
no
know,
reason.
just to let you know, Kansas City, the Rams, and Miami needs it so badly, and Minnesota have a bye week.
Oh, okay.
All right, should we quickly go through?
Wait,
college?
so what about the Dolphins? Who Dolphins play?
Bye week.
No, they have a bye week.
They're about
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're playing the bye week, and they might lose a couple players to concussions.
Yeah.
Or to ankle injuries.
So with that being said, let's take it out to another sport here with college football, and obviously the biggest upset over the weekend, Vanderbilt beating Alabama,
Yes.
40-35, the biggest upset, and
I laughed.
I believe Nick Saban was being trolled after the game because
I would
after the game was over, they played right on the screen what he said. The easiest game that we can win, that we've always known that we can win, is against Vanderbilt. That's what he said. And Vanderbilt, wait. And Vanderbilt had gone before this game. Vanderbilt had gone 0-60 against top 5 teams.
Wow.
0-60.
0-60.
And they won this game. So good for them, man. Because and this was at Vanderbilt. They took down the goalpost and they actually walked it and brought it down Broadway, right down downtown Broadway, man.
Right into the river.
So that was great for them. The other upset was actually Arkansas over Tennessee. At that time, I believe the number 4 team in the country, and they lost 19-14.
Michigan lost too.
Yeah,
Michigan lost too.
That's not
Michigan.
surprising.
Yeah,
Michigan
Michigan
losing is not
suffered. I consider that an upset.
Yeah.
They actually lost to Minnesota,
They can't throw the
and
ball. Like,
no, I'm sorry, they didn't lost to Minnesota.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington. I'm sorry, they lost to Washington. I think
That's
it
why
was
it doesn't surprise me.
27-17.
17, yeah.
That wasn't an upset. I thought it was Minnesota. It was Minnesota beating USC. That's the one.
Yes. USC lost again. But we all called it that they sucked this year. We know that they would suck.
You want to talk about the biggest drop? They were ranked 11th. When the new ranking came out, they weren't ranked anymore. They went from 11 to not being ranked anymore just because they lost to Minnesota. That's crazy. And then to our boy, even though Miami was down in the third quarter by 25, and
They
then I
end up
believe,
I
winning.
never lost
and then
faith in Cam
and
Ward,
then
man.
20 in the fourth quarter. Miami comes back and wins the game 39-38. But
Yeah.
like I said, but what I said before though with Cam Ward, his thing is turning the ball over. He still threw two picks, and he had a lost fumble for three total turnovers. I mean, it's one of these games where you don't want to lose it by turning the ball over, and they almost did. But again, Cam Ward, he made his statement. It may not have been pretty, but he makes a statement about potentially being the front runner for the Heisman. And this game actually being down by 25 and coming back winning by one, that was actually a big leap. Anybody actually saw anything interesting in those games?
Yeah, I
Well,
did.
I
I
just
saw I saw the future giant win come back against California, and Boise State, man. They are fun to watch. Did you watch?
It is. They are.
Did you watch,
I see
Efren?
some of the highlights of.
We,
They.
we we were going back and forth. I was able to catch a couple of the. I think one was 70 yarder. We were able to catch that one, and then there was another long run that he actually did. So we actually were going
Yeah,
back and forth on a couple of
that
games.
kid is a monster for real.
I think that game like clearly puts him as the front runner for the
Oh
Heisman.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean,
100%.
I said it last week, and I'm saying it again this week. He is the front runner, and he has showed no reason to slow down at all. And I've seen that in the 5 games, 2 of them he only played the first half. So in total, he's only played 4 games,
Yep,
and he's got 1,000 yards and
dude.
like 16 touchdowns.
13 carries, 186 yards, 14.3 average, 75-yard touchdown again. I think it's like his third 70-plus yard touchdown this year.
What is it? He's short of 1,400 yards right now.
Yeah,
Shy of 1,400, I believe.
Something like that. I
I'll tell
seen
you
that I believe it was either the conference record or it was like the college record where he had like 460 or 70 yard runs in a season. Like he's already like broken that.
Now the real
Something
question is, does
something like
Buddy
that.
does he break 200 in a game? I want him to break 200. Oh, he already did. Sorry.
Yeah, he did like twice,
Yeah, he
didn't
already
he?
Yeah, I
did
think
that.
one of them was like
Matter of
260. I
fact, he
think.
almost broke 300. 267.
Yeah, I
But
think the
nobody.
real
No,
question is he going to break 3? I
I
what,
think
want
that's
him
the
to.
real
well, he
question.
ain't breaking P. Ron's record. I
90.
think
He
it was like
has the only
423.
question I have
Oh no,
is
he's talking about in a season or in a
yeah,
game. The
in a game.
300, like literally
Now the
300.
only question
Right.
I have is he dropping his stock because of usage? He has
Nah,
95. He has 95 carries already, 1,031 yards, 16 touchdowns, 10.9 average.
no,
He's
because you got to
hitting.
remember, you draft running backs knowing that you're probably going to get like a good 4 to 5 years out of them.
Right.
But
So
who'd
Right,
you
and
draft?
then you have more than one at that. So
Where
Right.
would
So
you
you're not
draft
gonna
him?
have one back nowadays. Everybody carries two backs.
two. Right,
And
right.
splits their time. I mean, one back may get just slightly a little bit more, but it's not going to overwhelmingly get the carries like it once used to be. So no,
and if he's a first rounder, I mean, it's got to be a team that just doesn't have a good running
Do
back.
you want to hear something crazy?
oh that needs a running game.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you want
like
to hear something crazy?
like it'd have to be like the
So
Panthers or
in
something like that.
2023, he had 220 total carries for 1,347 yards. This year, he has
223.
95 carries for one. I mean, for 1,031 yards.
I mean,
He's already like what, 300 something yards away
He's
from
just having a
topping his
great year.
career best in college.
look, he's just like it's like Zachary said.
That's
The kid is
insane.
just he's having a dream year right now. He's living the dream and just roll with it. Besides the fact that besides being the best running back in the country, one can make the argument he's the best player in the country. I understand Travis Hunter plays both ways. I get that, offense and defense. I mean, he's arguably considered an elite wide receiver, and there's no question he is definitely an elite defensive back. So I mean, but that's what kind of puts Travis Hunter over the top. I mean, right now, I mean, as far as Heisman, I think out of all of them, I know Cam Ward, but I think because Hunter is just playing elite on both sides of the ball, I think right now he's probably the front. It's just so close. You're just splitting hairs, I guess.
I know Zach sent me a thing saying that because of this game, because Colorado had the
Genty
bye
is the
week, that
front runner.
yeah, that Genty is like the front
He
runner
is
by
the
like the
front runner.
numbers and stuff.
Okay.
He's plus 300 now, and I think Travis Hunter is what was it plus 700?
something like that.
Because he also
But
had an idle week too. Travis Hunter had an idle week,
yeah,
so it's like
The good thing is there's still plenty of
it,
college ball to play
it's
before this is over.
interesting because like you have one guy who plays both sides at an extremely high level, but then
yep.
you have a running back that could break a bunch of records this year. So it could be very interesting seeing
I
how the
I,
rest
I
of this year plays
Now
out.
the real question is, if you take Travis Hunter off of Colorado, does Colorado still win most of these games? I
That's a
think
Well,
good
if
question.
I think
he
if
did
you
have
think
like a game-winning pick, and he's
yeah,
had I think
yeah,
he had like a 2 or 3 touchdown
but
game.
I
So
would
he's had.
question that you take Genti off of Boise State, they're not winning more than 3 games.
I mean, I watched that Boise State game, and like the quarterback was pretty decent. I do think it helps though having a running back that they're gonna play for. I think though that Colorado isn't winning. Like I think they could lose another game or two if you
I,
take Hunter off.
I think Boise State would win more games without Genty than Travis Hunter without Colorado.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah. Because again, Boise State is
I
built.
don't know about that
I don't
I,
know
I,
about that either.
because Colorado has a bunch of other weapons on offense as well, and I think that could. It's tough because they are in a tougher conference too.
and they need him on the defense back when you have all those quarterbacks that are throwing it in the Big
It's
12.
just a bunch of what ifs. I think
Yeah,
right now, I would think because of this bye week, we could agree that Ashton Genty would get Heisman right now,
yeah.
but we'll see how the
100%.
rest of the
And I
season
believe he
plays
plays
out.
this week too. So,
Nope.
Genty does, I
He
believe.
plays he plays against Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's the last game on Saturday at 11 o'clock at night. So, so for the upcoming games, there are quite a bit of the
We know the game.
big games, though. We'll start off with Ole Miss number 9
Yeah.
at LSU 13. I mean, whoever loses this game, it's not out of the playoffs yet, but definitely is going to be really hard, and they're going to need a little help. But the loser is definitely still in it because there's only a two-loss SEC team. But in this case, though, I know Ole Miss lost to Kentucky, but they're still the high-powered offense. I'm gonna take Ole Miss over LSU in this game.
Me too.
I'm taking
Yeah, Ole
LSU.
Miss. Ole Miss did come back and beat South Carolina, who beat Kentucky. But I think I'm gonna go Ole Miss. I think Jackson Dart's gonna have a pretty solid game.
I'm gonna go LSU.
All right. Just real quick, because our boy Jason is not. Vandy is actually at Kentucky. That's gonna be one of those games where
Kentucky's playing, yo.
listen,
They ain't
their
no
defense is no their defense right
right.
now, I'm gonna say, is no joke because they lost to Georgia 13-12. They beat Ole Miss. A point away from only having one loss. They're playing Vanderbilt, who just beat Alabama. So beating Vanderbilt is going to be a big win for them as well at SEC. So,
Right.
for my boy, I got Kentucky in this game. So,
Me too. I got Kentucky for that one.
I'll
They're
go.
playing I like how they're playing.
Cheddar?
I just want to say, yeah, finally a Twitch stream, Ginge, and I have Kentucky because their defense is very good. They're very tough. Kentucky's very tough to put points up against.
And of course, college game day will be at Oregon because number 2 Ohio State is going
Ooh,
to be
that's
at
gonna
Oregon,
be
number 3
ooh,
in the country in the Big Ten matchup.
ooh.
Really, Oregon. Besides, I believe besides who has Oregon played this year besides Boise State? Because I think they only beat
This
Boise
is gonna be their first
State.
team that they really
But I
played.
but I think this is gonna be like
Their
considered
first their
the
first
first
challenge.
the first challenge.
Yeah.
Man, this one is gonna be tough. Ohio State at Oregon.
This is
I
tough.
think I think because again, because of the $20 million NIL payroll that Ohio State has this year, they basically went Texas Hold'em and went all in this year. I think Ohio State is going to beat Oregon at Oregon this coming Saturday. I've got Ohio
I got
State.
Ohio State too because I see a lot of people picking them to win the national championship this year.
They are one of the favorites. If actually they are the favorite to win the whole
They're
thing.
the-
They are the
yeah,
favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Ohio State. Oregon has had some pretty close games this year, whereas Ohio State, like every game has been like 50 to like
blowout. Yeah,
50 to 14.
they've been blowing out teams left to right.
Just off of that, I'm gonna have to go Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ohio State.
And of course,
I could do one more game, I guess, before that game.
yeah. Go ahead. Which one you
I'm
got?
thinking Kansas State and Colorado.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh,
Kansas. What's Kansas State ranked right now?
They're ranked
18th.
18th,
18th.
but they're both 4-1.
They're both 4-1. It's at Colorado. Is
that's
that
gonna be a good
is
game.
that a 10 o'clock game? Is it Colorado or 9 o'clock?
10-15. Yep, 10-15.
10:15. Oh, that's a
10-15.
10 o'clock game. That's
I'm
great.
going against Dion, yo. I'm going with Kansas State.
The only thing I had a problem with Colorado was their offensive line, and if they could stop the run, and they seem like they corrected that the last two games. So I'm gonna go with Colorado. I
I'm
think
gonna go
Shador gets it.
Colorado.
Yeah, I think Shador
I've
gets
been
it.
on it this year. I'm gonna stick with it.
I've been rolling with Colorado because this man is bringing receipts. So I'm going Colorado. On this one.
I just think Shador pulls it off finally. Gets a
Yeah,
big
they're
win.
at home. I think they got they're getting a little bit of an edge. They're 4-1, and remember, I think last year they only won 4 wins, so they already matched the most wins they had last year. So I think it's time for them to get over the hump, and they're playing for a playoff spot as well out of the Big 12. So, and of course, for us, the big game, the biggest game over the weekend is the Red River rivalry. Number one Texas against Oklahoma, 18.
Let's see. I'm going to see that future Manning. Oh, I'm going to see that future Manning.
He's yeah,
thought it's
Manning
yours. I
should
thought
be
it's yours
playing.
today.
This is gonna be the second, I believe, the second game SEC game in OU's history, just being in the SEC conference this year.
Right.
This is a big game. If
It's a
OU,
huge game.
I
it's a
think this is
huge game.
I think this is the easy game.
This is
No, it's not going to be an easy game.
it's not.
Easy
This
game
is
for who?
Texas.
Oh, word.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I think
Oh,
we're putting too
word.
much hype into Oklahoma. Honestly.
Okay.
Hype,
Oh.
what do you mean by hype?
Like I don't think this game is even the best game out of every game playing this week.
Do you understand the rivalry that
I get that.
is behind
I-
Oklahoma and
I
Texas?
think I would personally say the Ohio State and Oregon game is the best. I think that's the
that's
toughest game.
that's like saying because like two higher teams like play each other like that, like this Michigan and Ohio State isn't going to be the better game simply because
But I'm just.
Oh,
I'm
there's
just
another
talking as
game
someone
that is
doesn't
top
watch
5.
college football like that. So
that's your logic
just-
though.
Right, you're
That's-
going by ranking. This
Yeah,
is
I
this
don't-
is
I don't
they're
watch
both-
college
Your
football.
logic is giving two top 5 teams over, let's say, Ohio State and
100%.
Michigan. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
But I don't
three of
watch
us can
college.
disagree
I
with
don't
that.
watch college football like that though. So it's like
well again it's called
Well,
the Red
to
River.
me,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
explain to you what
huge
the
game.
See, you got to understand the tradition.
I'm gonna explain to you the Red Rivalry. You understand? Even though if you look at the schedule, you're gonna say, "Oh, they playing at Oklahoma." They're not playing at Oklahoma. They don't do that. They actually the game is actually in Texas. However, what they do is they both actually travel the exact same distance halfway from each other, and that's where they meet by the Red River. That's why it's called the Red River Rivalry, and it's been going on for decades. I mean, since the South when it was the Southwest Conference, and then it became the Big Eight, and then the Big 12. And these are the two schools that always, arguably, every single year fight for recruits between Texas and Oklahoma.
I can
That
put
is
this
true.
I can put this in a good I think example for you. So it's like college basketball when like Syracuse like had those big rivalries with like UConn back in the day.
or Georgetown.
Or it's like that.
oh, all right.
You know?
It's like
Yeah, I
put it
can
this way.
I
It's
can
like
see it
Duke
as
versus
being-
North Carolina. It's like Duke,
Okay.
North Carolina. That's
Like,
what that is.
That's like what this is like.
Oh,
for
Yeah,
football.
and if you want to make an even an equivalent, it's like for the Big Ten, Ohio State and Michigan. That's
Michigan,
what that's
yeah.
like
Oh,
for
okay.
us.
All
Yeah,
right.
actually,
Now-
that's
now,
It is a
obviously,
big
you
game.
can
It's a
say-
huge game. It's a
you
huge
could
game.
say like maybe the Ohio State and Oregon game. You might prefer to watch it, but it's just the whole meaning behind the whole rivalry that this has been going on for like 100 years now. They play every single year.
Yeah,
Yeah, see,
Uh,
I don't know
like
stuff like that, so it's like
yeah,
yeah. That's
yeah.
the rivalry.
I'm
And
ignorant to stuff like that in the NCAA football.
and then and then also last year, this is about the same where they were at. Oklahoma was about that 15-ish, and then Texas was around that top three, and Oklahoma won last year.
All right.
So
So that's why this is a huge game. Everything is, again, I'm not for Texas. Obviously, if they lose, it's not going to be a huge drop off from being the number one. The likelihood is they'll be number 10. But with Oklahoma, they could conceivably jump into the top 10.
it's like when we like in school, like if like Waterville plays like Cahoes or something, like that's what that's like,
Yeah,
you know?
that's
Co-host
or
makes me
like Troy
sick.
playing Lansingburg.
Yeah,
Co-host makes me
That's
sick.
that's what that's like.
that's
So
what it's like.
yeah. So
If you watch the opening, like, like, and you just like hear about just the history and the whole thing about the like the Red River rivalry, like you'll understand it, and you'll be like, oh snap.
Listen, I know it's a huge game.
Maybe you'll have to
I'll be
pick me
watching
up and
that
I'll
game.
come and watch it.
Or it's honestly it's even like LSU and like Alabama, like when they play or when LSU plays one of those SEC teams that they've been playing for years.
it's like Alabama playing Auburn in the Iron Bowl because they're both in
I'm
Alabama.
trying to compare it to him though with LSU.
I
Oh,
get
It's
that.
like
oh,
LSU and
I
Alabama
get
yeah,
that.
whenever they play. It's
it's
going to be a big game.
I'll come
exactly.
watch it with you. I just need a ride.
Yeah, I could. What's it? What time is it Saturday?
3.
Let's see.
I probably work.
Yeah,
Oh,
three
you're
thirty.
working.
Oh yeah, because the 7:30 game is actually Ole Miss at LSU. That's the one where the entire country will be watching.
It's on ABC.
Yeah, it's on ABC at 7:30. That's the matchup. And in college game, they will be in Eugene, Oregon. So for this Saturday. This show is actually coming to an end. I know that our guys Jack, Keith, and Jason were not here today due to prior commitments. And I just want to tell everybody out there again, thank you for watching the
I want to
show.
say
We welcome
something.
any comments, any suggestions. If anybody wants to call in, let us know. If anybody wants to be on the show, let us know. We'll send you the link. We can hook up so you can be part of the show whenever you have an opportunity. Before we say a good night, does anybody has anything to say, gentlemen?
I'll add
I
something.
got one thing to say.
Can I add
Oh
something too?
man, you know what? Oh man. Okay, go ahead, man. Go
Let me
ahead.
go
Keith.
first. Let me go first.
Go
Mine's
ahead,
not.
Cheddar, because I have a feeling who
So
Tigo's
I'm gonna
going
say,
after. But go ahead, Cheddar.
follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. We'll be going live. Usually we're shooting for Mondays and we're usually going live on Wednesdays. I don't know what I believe it's gonna be Mondays, but yeah, follow us on there. Keep up with us. Comment in. Uh, yeah, it's fun.
Tigo, go right ahead, my friend. This is not going to be pretty for
All
somebody.
I'm gonna say is, Coach, I'm ready to go in the game.
Oh my god.
Put
Oh
me in,
man.
Coach.
Yo.
Yo, for those of you that have been watching, I think
I
you all
love
can
my
figure it
brother.
out.
I love
But,
my
but
brother Keith. That's
but
my
we're
brother.
gonna
That's
get
my
this record
brother.
straight. That shot is directed at our boy Keith. That's all I'm going to say. Um, what is it that you want to tell Keith one more time, Tigo?
Put me in the game, Coach. I'm ready. I'm ready, Coach.
Keith is sitting there like a bullshit.
Oh my god!
Bullshit.
I'm
Oh
ready,
my god!
Coach.
Forgive
um,
Cheddar for that last comment, but it was hard to resist, understandably so. So once again, as your host, I'm Efren, and on behalf of Zachary, Cheddar, and Tigo, I just want to let everybody know,
Peace and
God,
love, people.
God bless and good night. Thank you.
Yo.
Good night.
Yo,